What up, Kings? It's Keefe, shades on, towel draped. It is a perfect day for the neighborhood pool and to talk about 5 rules for dating in your 20s. Every single one of these 5 is something that I personally broke and I got screwed over for doing so. So I really want you to stick around, get all 5 of these so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. And if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and bell icon. It would mean the world to me. Now let's get started. All right, gang, it is a total vibe down here at the neighborhood pool. Let me show you. I gotta get this base layer taken care of so I look like an absolute snack when I go to the beach here in a few weeks. And while I'm doing it, I want to give you rule number 1. Rule number 1 is you've got to put your purpose first in your life. How many times have you seen a guy actually do this? He gets a girl and he had all these dreams and aspirations. He's working towards them beforehand and suddenly they're all gone and he's like got no time for it and he strictly focuses on the girl. Then he loses the purpose and the vision, everything he wanted to do with his life, and eventually the girl's gone too and he's left with nothing. It's a stupid decision. You have to plan for your future. It's way easier to replace a girlfriend than it is to replace your purpose. In fact, here's the thing, guys. If you're gonna date a girl exclusively, especially in your 20s, she has to believe in the vision and the direction that you're taking everything in, because otherwise it's just going to be an issue moving into the future. And here's the other thing guys like to do. They like to do this thing, and I did it, and I watched how bad it works out, where a girl's not a good fit, but they catch feelings for the girl. And so what do? They convince themselves that the girl is a perfect fit for them. And what happens is there's this huge friction between the two of you, and you end up giving up what you want to make the girl happy, and then the girl loses interest in you because you stop being the guy that you were in the first place. So you need to make sure that the girl is genuinely actually a good fit for your life, and you're not trying to make her that way. And you need to make sure that that's the key thing. Everybody's aligned on the vision for the future. All right, Kings, we're back from the pool. I got my first meal of the day right here. So normally the way I do my meals is when I'm in a cut, I go work out first thing in the morning, then I have my first meal right after that. So I do fasted workouts when I'm trying to burn fat, but today was my rest day, so it's about 1 o'clock now. I'm having my first meal. I've got cashew butter on 2 pieces of toast. Cashew butter is a wave, way better than peanut butter. You definitely want to check it out. And normally I also throw in a protein option as well, but I realized I'm out of food. I need to go to the grocery store. So we're going to do rule number 2. I'm going to eat this toast and then we're going to go to the grocery store. And the second rule is to keep your options open. When you're in your 20s and you're still trying to figure everything out, it really doesn't make much sense to get into an exclusive relationship to begin with. Now, if you've got your vision put together, your purpose, you've built it, you've done all these things, and you've got a social life built, you know your passions, and you know yourself well, and you find a girl who does fit with your vision and she truly belongs, like I was talking about in rule 1, then okay, get into an exclusive relationship. But otherwise, keep your options open. And the reason this is important is because it's going to help you with rule number 1. If you keep your options open, you won't get so emotionally invested in one girl, so you'll be able to realize that there's a lot of options out there. So that means you'll put your purpose first rather than putting a girl first. Now, I'm not a fan of doing some kind of shady stuff that some YouTubers will recommend, like lying to the girls and cheating on them and things like that. I just recommend that you just be straight up with it. Like, don't broach the conversation of getting into an exclusive relationship. If the girl keeps bringing it up to you, tell her you're not in a position to do that. You're focused on your future right now and you don't have time to commit to a girl. So really, this is in no way about being dishonest when you keep your options open, dating non-exclusively and things like that. It's the same thing as if you applied for jobs. You wouldn't just apply for one job. You'd apply for a bunch of jobs and you'd pick the best job for you, and you need to treat dating the same way. All right, I'm about to put y'all onto one. Sweet potato tots make dieting way easier. They literally taste like candy. They're done in like 20 minutes. You can just pop them in. They taste good cold. They taste good with breakfast. They taste good with dinner. Definitely get those. All right, so we just got done shopping. It was a quick haul. Just need to get some protein stuff. I pretty much had everything else. And so on to rule number 3, and we'll get back to the house. So rule number 3, keep your friends close. So what do I mean by this? So how many times does a dude get a girl and suddenly he just vanishes? You never see him again. He loses all his friends and all this, and he makes the girl his top priority. But girls don't normally do that, and it's because they're smart. They're not idiots like us. They keep their friends around. They keep a social life. So if anything goes bad in the relationship, they usually bounce back pretty quick because they got friends, they got options at their disposal. And guys just don't do this because they put their whole life around this stinking girl, and it's just such a stupid decision. So what you need to do is you need to prioritize having friends while you're dating in your 20s. Too many guys, they just get a girl and suddenly that you never see them again. They spend every night with the girl. So what happens is you get boring to her. She loses interest because of that. You have nothing else, so you get really needy and desperate. And if she doesn't want to hang out, you pretty much sit at your house doing nothing. And so this is a really bad issue. And also, you end up being a dick because then you go back to your friends after you get dumped by this girl. You go back to your friends trying to act like nothing ever happened, like you didn't just vanish for 8 months, and then you want them to pick up the broken pieces of your heart. It's just pathetic. Don't be that guy. Stick with your friends. Keep them around. Prioritize. And if your girl's got an issue with you having friends, dump her. Honestly, you shouldn't be dating someone who doesn't want you to have friends in a social life, who's trying to control you that much, because it's gonna end badly. All right, we're back at my place. I'm about to get some work done, but before I do that, I'm gonna give you rule number 4, which is don't try and save a relationship. Now, I know this flies in the face of all the Disney bullshit out there that just makes all these romantic stories about fighting for this love and all this stuff, but here's the thing. Like I mentioned with keeping your options open, this is just dumb to try and save a relationship, straight up. Let's think about this rationally. I mean, I know we love to make romance this just, oh, it's this emotional lovey-dovey thing, but let's keep a clear head and think about this. You don't have your future figured out usually. There's plenty of women on the planet. There's 3.5 billion of them, and there's 3.5 billion guys. Like, there is an abundance of these resources, of sexual partners, of romantic partners, whatever you want out of that situation. There is plenty of available options. So salvaging something that's already been destroyed is just stupid. Now, I'm not saying if you have like some little petty fight, don't make the relationship work. But if you're literally like thinking about breaking up and getting back together and all that drama and bullshit, move on to the next one, because you're just getting yourself further into this drama. It's going to distract you more, and that's better time spent trying to find new girls who can be better opportunities, who can be better partners for you. Use a relationship that didn't work rather than to salvage it and make it work so you can have this super cute love story bullshit. Instead of doing that, use it to teach yourself what it is you like and what it is you don't like out of relationships. I must have tried to save a relationship I was in one time at least 100 times, it seems like. We broke up, it seemed like every day for about 2 months. It was ridiculous. It was this drama and emotional BS because neither of us were very emotionally mature at the time, and all it did was distract me from everything I wanted to do with my life. And once I finally got a clear head after I got out of it, I realized, like, thank God this relationship didn't work out. It would have been horrible if it had worked out. And now that it's over, I know some things. I know some things that I do like about a girl that I want to be in a relationship with, and I know some things that I definitely don't want anything to do with ever again. And so now I can filter more clearly for the next girl that I get into a relationship with. Alright, so that was kind of lit, not gonna lie. Just finished up the first half of that video. Now we've got rule 5 to go, and for that, we're gonna go take a walk. Now, before that, I wanna let you know that texting scene at the beginning of this video was a pain to edit, so you better subscribe. Give your boy some love, because I'm putting in this effort for you guys. So rule number 5 is don't move in with them, especially in your 20s. This is so obvious. Guys, I've had several roommates in my life, and literally every time I finish the lease, like, I can't wait to get the hell away from them. And it's not all them. Like, I'm a piece of shit, I'm an asshole, I'm difficult to get along with. But the point is, like, people don't get along as well as they expect to. And so you move in with someone that you're not even willing to marry, it's just a bad idea. I mean, think about it like this, guys. I mean, what do you actually stand to benefit by signing a document with somebody and moving in with them when you're not even willing to commit your life to them? You're putting yourself in a bad financial situation. You're putting yourself in a legal situation that you really don't want to put yourself in. Guys, I'm gonna put the video you're gonna want to watch next up on the screen. Give this video a like. I'm about to head in. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.